Alright, here we go. Don't know what's going on right there. Okay, that's the first time oh, he's still doing it. He has to look this way to see it. Okay, alright. Great way to start off. Hello everyone, FrankTastic here. Welcome back to another Recon Breakpoint video, and in this video I want to show you everything that I have learned and found out and discovered so far since this new 2020 July 15th update that's came out. Now I'm recording this on July 15th, not July 16th. The live event coming soon. It still hasn't been available yet. It still hasn't went active. Just to be clear, right now I'm recording this July 15th, but by the time you see this, it would probably be July 16th or sometime in the future, and the live event would have either started already, or depending on how long into the future you see this video, the live event may have come and gone already. But anyways, in this video I want to show you some unique things that I have discovered. And some of it just blows my mind. Some of it is really cool. Some of it is things that I'm so glad that Ubisoft finally added to the game. And some of it is some pretty OP stuff that probably shouldn't be in the game, but it is, so might as well take advantage of it, unless Ubisoft didn't intend for it to be that way. But since we are at the bivouac, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the weapons. I have discovered that some weapons, the M4A1, my normal fans, the people who normally watch my videos, know that the M4A1 is my baby. It is my precious. This is probably my most favorite gun in the whole game, but that does not mean that I am saying it is the best weapon. It's just personally my favorite one. I do use other weapons, but something that they added in the game is, if you scroll down, like I said, certain weapons have this, but not all. You have a new attachment that you can switch, which is called the trigger. For the M4A1, you can switch it from the auto/single trigger or the auto/burst trigger. Very interesting. It was similar, if not exactly the same type of customization that was in Ghost Recon Wildlands. I haven't noticed any new, unless there's some here that I just haven't paid attention to, but I haven't really noticed any new weapon paints other than one in Maria's shop that I have yet to buy. But there is another ASR attachment in Maria's shop that you can buy, which is the ASR 100 round magazine. It will give you negative 20% reload speed and a plus 20% vertical recoil. It is not helping you at all, but it is giving you 100 rounds in your ASR magazine. So that is insane. Your weapon's performance may not be the best, but at least you can dish out 100 rounds, probably 101 if you have 100 rounds in the magazine and then one in the chamber. But that is insane. So if you're going up against a bunch of drones, or if you like to go loud and proud, or maybe even doing the raid and you prefer a ASR, maybe you will like to use the 100 round magazine instead of the extended mag, which only gives you 50, maybe 60 with certain ASRs, but I think the normal is 50. So yeah, that's pretty insane. Now, I haven't looked at all the ASRs that you can put the 100 round magazine on, but I think it would be pretty cool if some of them, when you put the 100 round magazine on, it actually gave you a drum mag instead of this really long magazine. But I guess it doesn't really matter, because 100 rounds is 100 rounds. Something that I noticed also, some of these special weapons, the 416 Black Ice, I think you can actually scratch the 416 Black Ice off of the list of what I'm about to say, but there are some weapons, especially like the Assault variant of some of these weapons, like the 416 Assault Special, and I know for a fact that the M4A1 Assault, I know for a fact because I wanted to use this in the past, but I didn't use it because you couldn't put a suppressor on it. But now I have the M4A1 Assault selected, and now I can put a suppressor on it. Now, like I said, from my personal experience, I've wanted to use this gun in the past just to test it out, but I couldn't put a suppressor on it, and I am a stealth player, so I do prefer suppressors. And now I can. I can put suppressors on it. And so I can actually finally give this weapon a try. But this is also one of those weapons where you cannot change the trigger attachment. I think it was the M4A1 Assault Veiler. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak today and I apologize. But this weapon, I've never used this weapon. I've had it before, or I can't remember when or how I got this weapon, but I thought it was cool, you know, with the design that's on it. But I never used it because, again, I could not put a suppressor on it. But you can put a suppressor on it. It is the M4A1 Assault, so I guess that would make sense since the default M4A1 Assault, you can put a suppressor on it now. But the point is, some of the weapons that you used to not be able to put certain attachments on, from my experience that I've been checking so far, you can. So far from what I've discovered. I will be using this weapon for this video though, because like I've said, I wanted to use it in the past, but I never got to, so I guess I will now. Now, moving on from the weapons, and so far from what I've discovered in the weapons, let's go ahead and move to the shop. There's not really much here that I can show you. Vehicle-wise, I'm not 100% sure what is new, considering that I don't really mess with the vehicles. Obviously, by looking at all these that I haven't bought, because I just don't see the point in it. But I do notice that this one, and this one are most definitely new. But for some reason, for me, it shows that there's two consumables here that must be new. But I don't see anything here that's new. But these are the 3 attachments left for me that I need to buy from Maria's shop that I haven't. But if you haven't played the game yet since this update came out, once you go to Maria's shop and you go to attachments, there would be at least maybe 6, maybe 7 or 8 attachments here. And of course, when you go to appearance, there's going to be some new cosmetic items here, along with some new flags from each different country. And this is the new weapon paint that I was talking about that I haven't bought because, well, I mean, I might as well, just 2,000 skill credits. But for me, I did buy all the melee weapons way before this update ever came out. And after this update has released, there is no new melee weapons for anyone out there who did not buy all the melee weapons. I didn't notice anything new in here, but for me, none of these matter anyways. I didn't notice anything new in the emblems or anything with the emotes. But I don't really use the emotes either. So now moving on to crafting. Crafting so far that I've noticed is pretty much the same as well. So I don't think there's anything in here. Normally I don't have Maria's shop available or even the garage. I only have it available now for this video. But normally I have to actually go around and scavenge for gadgets and rations and stuff like that. Oh wow. I actually didn't even realize that the Echelon SMG was in the build weapons blueprint section of Maria's shop. Might as well get that as well. I haven't got the Spies 12. That came out with the Terminator thing. I'm not really a loud and proud player. So for me so far, I haven't really had the need to get this, but maybe I will one day for a very specific video. But anyways, moving back to the crafting. If you play on the extreme settings like I do, then crafting stuff and finding stuff in the world to craft stuff, especially rations, can really help you. Now, I rarely ever actually use rations, but the point of what I'm trying to make is it seems like this Ghost Experience immersive, hard, extreme settings that I normally play on, from my experience so far since this update has released, it is actually slightly more brutal than it used to be. I don't know if they actually made any changes or if they did, what the changes were, but my stamina seems to be running low much faster. My stamina's not recovering as fast as it used to be. And on top of that, I've never actually looked at any of these and seen what they do. But I normally run the explosive perk just so I can have that throw range bonus. But there's actually a reload speed. I just now saw that one. Didn't even know that one. Okay, right here. So projection ration. So this gives you a 25% throw range for 30 minutes. It's not as good as the explosive perk, but something that I am fixing to get to in a couple of minutes in this video. I will tell you why having this will actually be a lot helpful in the future than trying to use this explosive perk. Let me go ahead and craft those. Now moving on to tactics, I haven't noticed any change in the classes. Going to preparations, I normally don't use this, but for this video I did go ahead and use the eating one for injury resistance because of the settings I do play on. You are so prone to get injured by like 1 or 2 shots, so I did go ahead and equip this just in case I did get into a firefight because the AI teammates got spotted for whatever reason. I will say using some of these preparations is actually pretty good. I've never really used them until now, but I will say, I take that back, I will say when I first started playing this game, I did use resources just for the 10% XP bonus because I was trying to get leveled up all the way. This was when gear score was in the game. I mean, it still is in the game, but like removing gear score was not in the game at the time. So I was trying to get as high level as I possibly could, as fast as I possibly could. But I will say using preparations is a big thing. And I know this has already been in the game and nothing has changed with it. But I did want to go ahead and add it into this video because a lot of people forget about it. I most definitely forgot about the preparation since I haven't really used it since this game first came out. But I do recommend it, and that is that. But moving on to something that I really want to talk about while we're still at the bivouac is the cosmetic changes. First of all, these are my AI teammates in case you didn't notice. And while you're at the bivouac, top right at the corner, you have your name, and then you have your AI teammate's name below you, almost like if you're playing co-op with other players. But if you hover over their name, it tells you to customize. You go to it, you customize the character just like you would customize your character. They still have palettes for different cosmetic palettes, just like your character. But to switch from one character to the other character, you can see it right here, the bottom of the screen. You press RB or LB on Xbox and L1 and R1 on PlayStation. PC, keyboard, I have no idea. So you can switch back and forth just like that. And then their weapon to change is right here. If you press A, you select it, and then you have all the options that you have unlocked for yourself that you can give them. If you press X, that is to edit the weapon. And of course, if you press Y, it will revert their weapon back to their default weapon. Now, I will say that they do have 2 weapons. I don't know how to remove that. I've been trying to figure it out, and I haven't seen any way to remove their secondary weapon. Even though I am playing on the settings to where I can only have 1 primary, I cannot have a second primary. They still have 2 primaries. I don't understand it. I hope maybe in the future when they do the next update, they kind of tweak it to where if you have 1 primary, they have 1 primary. Because so far in my personal experience playing with these AI teammates since they released, I've only seen them use the 1 primary that I gave them. I haven't even seen them use the second primary that they have. So I think the second primary that they have, and I just noticed that the bivouac, we all have our full gear on. I don't know what I did to cause that bug to happen, but with everybody actually wearing the full gear, it actually looks pretty cool. Now, Fixix's character is still doing that mouth glitch there. That's weird. But going back to cosmetics. Now, you can do this with both your character and your AI teammates, so I'm just going to show it on my character. For example, this helmet is actually a new helmet that you can get. And when you put the a camo on it, it honestly looks very similar to the mess helmet. But obviously, it's not exactly the same. but it still looks very similar to it. What I'm really wanting to show you is you can now change colors of almost every single cosmetic that is in the game. The cowboy hat, the Stetson, which is the cowboy hat, for example. At least last time I used this cowboy hat for a video I made a while ago, I could not change the color of it, but now you can. Now this hat, you don't actually get the camos for it, but you can change it to any solid color. But for example, let's go to Fury's pants. No, you know what? Let's go to Vazely's pants. You can already see it says press X to edit color. I used to wear these pants a lot depending on the certain character that I was trying to roleplay as in a video, because I really liked the camo and I really liked the knife on the left thigh. But now you can change the camo of these pants to any camo that you want, whether it's solid color or a actual camo. So you can actually have these pants and they can actually match the outfit that you're wearing. And these pants actually look pretty badass when they're black like this. But I'm going to go ahead and change it to multicam since I am rocking my multicam uniforms right now. And I really like the knife being right there. But, like I said, you cannot change every cosmetics item's color. But you can change almost every cosmetics item color. For example, heels, which is the new item that just came out with this update, you cannot change the color of it. Maybe in a future update they will allow you, because it seems like every cosmetic item that was already in the game before this update came out, you can now change. But a lot of these cosmetic items now also have a different color to it, a different default camo to it. For example, if I go back to this, if you look at it, the chest piece is almost like a khaki, but the shoulders are an olive. But if I go to khaki, the entire thing goes to khaki, and if I go to olive, the entire thing goes to olive. And now in the camo section, you can, well, none's already there, so if I select this one, so it has a camo on it, but now there is a none selection, which will send it back to its default, and the cosmetic item will have its unique camo on it, its unique look, which I think is very interesting. Also, some of the chest pieces, chest vest, the magazines are a different color, the pouches are a different color. This vest finally got its pouches and its pistol holster back on it. They finally added that back to the vest. I don't know why they removed it in the first place, but they did. So that is back. This is this vest default color, I think. Yeah, this is the default color. Heels you can't change, but here is a new chest piece right here, and you can change the camo for it. Here's a new one as well. I really like this one, and this is its default. I normally would change it to black or olive, to be honest with you, or maybe even khaki, because I can't really tell if that's supposed to be like a gray or like a teal blue, you know, kind of grayish blue. But I'm not a big fan of that default color, so I feel like black or olive would be pretty good for it. Then of course here's another new one right here. Now the pistol and that chest pistol holster you obviously can't use. It's just there for looks. But you can as well change this color, which black or probably even olive would be pretty good with this one. Because it looks like even when you change it to olive, those two pouches on the front stay like a black. Yeah, it seems like if it's a solid color, they change to a different color, which is pretty cool, pretty unique. But if it's a camo, it changes to that camo. So I feel like if I was to use this one, it would probably be olive or just straight black. Maybe even a gray. But this chest piece as well has a very unique default color, as well as the patches and magazines look different. This vest, I never really used this vest that much, but it does have a few changes. There used to be a radio on the back left side of it, almost like what this one has. Oh, just noticed it's not there anymore. Huh. Very interesting. I'm actually just now seeing this. This is new information for me while making this video, that some of these cosmetic items actually had a whole rechange to it. I am noticing that it does look a bit different. When I use this, I normally use olive or black. And even using those two colors like I normally do, the textures of it look different. And there used to be a radio right here, and it's not there anymore. Very interesting. Very cool. This vest, I never really used this vest, and I paid money for it, but I never used it because it just seemed really bulky. But it seems like it got redone as well. It actually seems like it's, you know, tighter to your character. And of course the wolf vest looks even better. And this is Walker's vest. It looks like they did do a few changes to Walker's vest as well. But Walker's vest, if you do have it unlocked, you cannot change the camo of it. But this third echelon, you can now change the camo of it, which you used to not be able to. This one's been in the game, but it used to not have this default camo to it. And this is the default camo to this, and it's actually really nice. Anyways, moving on from that, these gloves right here, which I do think you get this from the raid, you can now change the color of those as well. You used to not be able to, or at least the ones that's black on black. I don't know if you can with the red on black. No, you cannot. So the commissioner gloves slash sharpshooter, you cannot change the color. But the Wolf Extreme Cold Weather mittens, which is weird for it to be cold weather gloves when it's fingerless, but you can change the color for those. But even Fix-It's pants, you can change the color of, which I think is really cool because there was a lot of times where I wanted to wear the Kray G3 knee pads. No, wait. There was plenty of times where I wanted to wear the Kray G3 combat pants without knee pads, which I do have these Kray G3 combat pants and then the ones with knee pads. But I also really wanted that side plate on the left thigh, but obviously this one does not have it. But I was like, I'm running multicam. I don't want this to be khaki. But now I can change it to multicam if I want to. I really think it's good. I really like it. This right here is another new pair of pants in the game. Now, I heard rumors that there's 2 or 3 new NVG goggles in the game, but I have yet to see them. I have yet to see anything about them, how to acquire them. I have no idea. Now, there are a few new masks in the game, as well as the ninja mask, which you can change the color of. There's a Scarf B, and now there's a Shemagh. The Shemagh's default color is, it looks like this. Now, with the Shemagh, if you put a solid color on it, it keeps its design pattern on it, but it just changes the color. But if you put a camo on it, then it changes it to that camo, which is pretty much the same thing as Scarf B. Because Scarf B and the Shemagh are exactly the same cosmetic item. They just have different default patterns. Because if you go to the Shemagh, or a Scarf B, I mean, and change it to its none, this is its default look, which I think this is Heel's scarf, to be honest with you. Now, like I said, I haven't seen any new melee weapon other than the ones you can already get from the drone, from the raid, or this one from reaching Engineer Class Rank 7, which I still haven't done because I've just been lazy with it. But there are some new shirts here as well. You can change the camo to a lot of shirts that you used to not be able to. For example, if you had the Sentinel Armored shirt, which I think you got from Ghost War, which is the PvP game mode, it was just black. But now, if you have it, you can change the camo of it as well, which is pretty neat. I do think that is pretty cool. Now, of course, not every cosmetic item you can change the camo of, but you can now change the camo of even Vasley's sniper shirt. Used to be, it was just this default multicam to it, but now you can change it to any color you want, including black. How badass does that look? Multicam black, honestly, I think is better. Now, I'm not sure why it's showing that I have some of these items new to me. I feel like there's a few interface bugs that I keep running into since this update came out. Like, it's acting like all these are new to me. I don't know why. This is my primary character. So I have almost everything unlocked other than what you can get from the raid. So I don't understand. But okay. But just to go ahead and show it, because I know someone out there is probably going to be wondering about this. You can even change the camo for Fury's backpack. I know a lot of people love using this backpack just because of the fact that it has 3 knives on the chest placement, which is the big reason why I love using this backpack. So now you can change the camo of the backpack. If you go black, all of it goes black. You can go to any other camo. The knives stay black, but everything else goes to a different camo. Which, honestly, for the longest time, I've wanted to change this backpack to multicam black, and now I finally can. But you can even do multicam if you're rocking multicam uniforms like I normally do. You can also change the Black Hawk crane with Torp, which is Vasley's backpack. And I do apologize if I'm not saying his name correctly. I don't think I've heard anybody actually say it correctly. I think I just need to hear Nomad say his name, if he ever does. Let's go ahead and move on to some of the more interesting things that I have discovered while playing this game since this update released. A lot of that stuff I wanted to show you just in case you didn't know about it, just in case you haven't got to play the game since the update, or if you're just new and you heard about this update and thought it was going to be a big, big thing, a big game changer. To me, I think it is a big game changer. The game mechanics itself, I haven't really noticed a big difference, but that is why I am playing right now, making these videos and doing a lot of tests. I just realized that this is not the helicopter that I wanted. One of the things I want to see and I want to test is, can they parachute land the way I land? And be advised though, I will say one thing, that the sound audio from hostile conversations has been changed, and I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse. Also, for some reason, if you have Hill's backpack on and you go into a bivouac, it kind of bugs out. But yeah, if I pull out my drone, I hear people talking over here. I doubt it's them. They sound like they're right below me, but I think it's these guys. Yeah, it's most definitely these guys.
Roger. Moving to target. Maneuvering now, boss.
This is something I'm going to show.
Got it, boss. I'll take out the back.
Top right of the screen, you see sync shot A, B, C, and you will hold A for them to engage. But you see where they are? And you see where my teammates are? They're about to shoot these men through this mountain. Or curve the bullet.
Good kill. Enemy support.
Look at that. Now, your AI teammate sync shot does have a cooldown timer. I can't remember if it was like that in Wildlands or not. It's been forever since I played that game. But they literally can shoot at almost any range and shoot through walls. But I will say, and I will show this in this video, I have noticed that if you mark them to shoot a enemy that is inside of a building, even if you can see them through glass and you can shoot them through glass, they lose sight of the target. So it's like they can shoot through walls unless the enemy is inside a building and they are outside. So it's pretty much, let me stop the chopper for a second. I don't know if it's too loud or not, but it's pretty much, if you and your teammates are outside and someone is inside, they can't exactly shoot them. But if you are inside and the enemy is inside and your teammates are inside, they can shoot them, even if it's through walls. Super weird. So far, that's just my experience, though. Maybe, I don't know. I jumped out. There they are. Obviously, I'm going to lead because they're AI. They don't know where I'm going. Here we go. I guess they did land. Anyways, I will say it seems like they landed fine. I don't know if they just quickly despawn or respawn on the ground, but It seems like they can survive those landings. But something else I want to point out is look at this sniper right here. Just from where my drone is, he's 116 meters. Now, I actually haven't tested this at this range,
All good.
but I'm going to try it. So from right here, he's 221 meters.
In position.
Someone is fixing to get locked in on that sink shot. He is now ready to take this shot,
Okie dokie. All eliminated.
and he is dead from right here. And they pretty much took the shots from where I am, 220 meters. Obviously, from when I saw, the bullets didn't even freaking hit him. The bullets hit the wall. But that is insane. So one video I did recently upload was using the go-to order and moving your team around, and you being an Overwatch and your recon drone, marking certain enemies for them to take down and giving them commands to move around the base. That video was my first time doing that, and so far my only time doing that. But I will say it was actually really fun. It was actually really interesting, and what I'm going to show you, I may do edits, but what I'm going to show you is you can probably, if you do it correctly, stealth eliminate an entire base perfectly with your AI teammates, because so far with my personal experience, they are almost damn near immune to being spotted. Now, I'm not saying they won't get spotted at all, but I've seen this happen when I wasn't recording a few moments ago, right before I started this, and I was like, I got to record. You know, I can't just keep testing these things without recording. But I've seen them literally run by enemies, and the enemy not even do anything, not even look at them. Because when you play no HUD like I do, you know when the enemy is detecting you because they would turn their head and look at you. But they wouldn't even look at them. Just need a sink shot. This guy.
I got nothing over here.
But it's not letting me.
Not for nothing.
But I can those two guys. That doesn't make sense.
We got a highly trained sniper here, right? That guy ought to be out there, sneaking around, reporting on stuff. So I can stay in my boat.
Alright.
Nice shot.
I guess he was. I thought that guy was marked, and I thought this guy wasn't marked. But look, I just took out those two guys, these guys, that guys. That is some OP tactical shit right there. The reason why I didn't think this guy was marked with a teammate was because, you know, to mark and unmark a enemy with your teammates is you press A while aiming at them. I was pressing A to unmark, just in case they was marked with my teammate, and then it wasn't marking or unmarking. So I was like, maybe it's just not. Maybe he's just not marked, but apparently was.
Get to my position.
Some hardcore, extreme, elite, OP tactical shit that I'm totally down with. Something else that I've noticed is they have added extra enemies to bases. I don't know if it's because I have AI teammates turned on, or if it's the same if you turn them on, off, and you're playing solo, like how I normally do. But there is a lot more enemy hostiles in bases. I don't know if it's every base or what. Now look at this. These two guys are walking by. I don't know if they're going to get spotted or not. I'm staying out of the way.
It ain't fair, man.
Not getting spotted. Yeah, they didn't get. They did not even turn their heads. They did nothing. I also noticed that their dialogue isn't always accurate. Because of course, when you knife somebody, they get alerted, even if technically they're not alert. So sometimes your AI teammates will say, "Oh, they're alerted" or something like that, when they're actually not.
No one's out here.
Now there's two people in this building, And I want to just show you, unless it actually works this time. Yeah, okay.
Moving to the target. Ready, go.
Get him marked.
Hostile got away, boss.
See? Since he's inside the building, obviously, realistically, they can't shoot through this wall. But I've seen them shoot people through the wall before. I've seen them shoot it. But since that AI, the enemy AI, is inside of a building and we are outside, they lose sight. I've tried this before, but I can try to get them to move to an angle to where they can see them through a window, and they still won't be able to actually get eyes on the target. Obviously, a player can shoot them through the window, but the AI teammates will not do it. Buddy, can you get on this side of the wall? Where y'all going? But they don't really listen to you, or at least they don't do what you expect them to do. Okay, so
I've had
what?
stupid jobs before. This shit.
Solid kill.
You see that? Why would my teammate just run in like that?
I got nothing over here.
I don't understand. But that is something else I'm going to leave in this video.
Soldiers, I got eyes on them. Get it on.
Is that your teammates, your AI teammates, would do stupid stuff. So I'm leaving that in the video to warn you. If you're playing with AI teammates, they may cause you to get into a firefight, especially if they do something stupid like that. Now I'm back in a helicopter, and of course it's because I want to test their parachute landing again. And I also see on the left side of the helicopter that someone's vest is glitching out there, so that's kind of crazy. But let's go ahead and jump out. And of course it's doing that bug. This is the second time this has happened, but apparently sometimes when you jump out of a helicopter, when you have AI teammates on, you can't fucking move. I can't do nothing. I can't move. I can't pull my parachute. All I can do is move my camera. Look at that. Why does that happen? I'm so confused. I don't understand. It looked like it had the go-to order active. When I was getting close to the ground, it had that red circle like I was given the go-to order, but I did not press that button. I was not trying to give a go-to order at all. But this is the second time it's happened. The first time I was okay. I got halfway to the ground and my character finally pulled his chute. But automatically, by the way, I was pressing all these buttons. Nothing was working. All I could do was move the camera around. I couldn't move my character. I couldn't pull the chute. I couldn't do nothing. Just like how it just happened, except for this time, no matter what I was doing, my character still didn't pull her chute. So I want to attempt this one more time and see, maybe I accidentally pressed a button that I know for a fact I did not press, but we will see. Okay, just to be clear, to give the go-to order while on foot is to hold the gadget button, switch the orders, and then hit go to. And to cancel it, you tap X. Now I'm getting in the helicopter by holding X. I'm not pressing the gadget button or the order button or anything like that. I'm going to try to give myself enough freaking travel time to the ground that maybe if it bugs out again, maybe the bug will fix itself before I go splat. I know for a fact it has something to do with the AI teammates because I've never went splat before playing solo. Because I've never had that bug. But I know this isn't as high as you can go, but this is much higher than I just was, so I'm not even going to press a button. I'm just going to hover here and hold X to jump out. And let's see if I can move my character. Okay, I can move my character. That's fine. Everything is fine. For now. How the heck did y'all y'all get to the ground the same time I did? Y'all was so far above me. All right, so I guess no matter what, they're gonna safely land. No matter what, they're gonna safely land. I think the game quickly despawns and respawns them. All right, so something that I want to show you that I did not know you can do is, for one, I just told one of my AI teammates to sync shot this drone, the sky drone. And for one, look at the range. It's pretty much on the other side of this base from us. And he's apparently got a shot on it. I'm going to engage.
That's it. Got him.
And boom, down. So, for one, whoever took the shot was able to take a perfect shot on this drone from that range. And was able to perfectly take it down, perfectly eliminate, destroy this drone from that range, and also with, I'm assuming, one shot, and no issues with me trying to track down the drone. And look, another drone. Look at this. Already on target. Boom, look at that. That is literally the other side of the base. Now, I accidentally discovered this earlier when I was playing without recording, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to record this and show folks how retardedly OP this is. Look, a third one. Now, I know for a fact that this is probably added enemies to the base, because I normally remember 2 of these security drones flying around this area. If you give your teammates a order when they have a sync shot order, they cancel the sync shot order to follow your most recent order. In case you did not know, or you wanted to cancel a sync shot order and you wasn't sure. This is something else I wanted to show. I have sync shot drone. I'm gonna send it to the drone, and it takes it out. That is so insane, so OP. Now, for the people who haven't watched my videos, or you may be new, this might be the first video you watch. You may not know this, but I just recently, literally 2 days ago, started using sync shot drones and intel grenades. All my fans who have normally watched all my videos know this, and I even put something on my community section on my channel asking, you know, I put up a whole poll and a vote on if it's okay to use it or not and what people thought about those 2 gadgets, because I have 300 plus videos of me doing fantastic, epic, amazing, complete stealth infiltration operations without ever touching those 2 gadgets. So I don't know if that's a new thing that they just added, or if it's been in the game the entire time, but honestly, I wish I knew about it a long time ago, because you know how many EMPs I wasted trying to take those drones down, but I just could not get the throw right. But it's insane. Whether it's new to the game or it's been in the game, if you did not know, now you do. You can use both AI teammate sync shots, which is almost infinity, other than the cooldown, and your sync shot drones to take down drones. Now, before this video ends, I will go to another drone location that has those Momer drones, or the flying drones, whatever they're called, the military wolf flying drones, and test the same thing and see if the AI teammate's sync shot can take it down stealthy with one shot, and if your sync shot can take it down. But for now, I'm going to use my AI teammates to maybe stealthily eliminate this base. I've been able to stealth eliminate this base multiple times solo, but this is my first time doing it with AI teammates, so I want to see if I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can if I actually focus on it, but I'm just honestly so shocked about the sync shots being able to eliminate drones. That is so mind-blowing and so OP, and honestly, I'm not even going to lie, I'm most definitely going to be using that a lot in the future. Well, my stealth here is probably blown because I missed 5,000 shots at that guy's head. But this will give me a good opportunity to show you that they actually have changed the enemy AI's behavior when they go to a suspicious or alert status, whichever one that is technically called when they're, you know, searching. I'm assuming it's like a search status, search mode. But used to, they would get stuck. They would get in this mode, they would get into the status where they're looking for you, the AI would, they still kind of do stupid, you know, route patterns and where they walk to, but they don't get stuck like they used to. After some time passes, maybe anywhere between 1 to 5 minutes, if you do not engage them, they will actually eventually go back to their normal positions. It used to not be like that. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, is kind of rotate around, give them time to calm down, and hopefully I'm not making a fool out of myself like I just did with those 20 missed shots, which rarely ever happens. I'm surprised I did that. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if anything's changing. It does look like they are starting to slowly go back to their original positions. They're not just over there or over here walking in weird patterns and then just getting stuck. The sniper's not stuck up against the guardrail looking in that direction like they normally are. So it seems like they have done some adjustments to the enemy AI's behavior, and I think that's a good thing. That was one of the big issues that I had with the enemy AI, was turning off the power generator at night. Obviously they would go to a suspicious alert state. I recently made a video about why I don't do that, which because they get suspicious, which is, you know, I don't blame them. Their power just got shut off. But they would go to the power generator and then just everybody would just stand around, and I literally waited like 30 minutes one time, and they was all just standing in one spot. It was just a waste of time. They slowly calm down, and eventually, if you wait long enough, they will just go back to being completely calm, like nothing happened. The range on these sync shot drones are insane. See, now they're calm. They're going back to their original positions, which I think they already was, but now they're completely calm. Fantastic. I'd love to see it.
Got 'em. They're down.
That guy's not dead.
Outstanding.
So I think what happened was that guy right there, someone saw him die.
Nicely done.
Also, if you're trying to get your AI teammates to line up a sync shot and you have your sync shot drones equipped, and when you're aiming you press A, it will actually send your sync shot drone instead of your
Copy, boss.
AI teammates.
Roger. Moving. Set here, boss. Crosshairs on target. Set to take out the target. We got all of them. There it is, boss. We're gonna have bad guys on us. That's the stuff.
We got hostiles! Get ready! Eyes on enemy!
Careful, Ghost Lead. You need to find some cover.
Finally. The roll itself was an accident. It was a misclick of the B button twice. But I've been trying to do some tests with how to get those fight back knife animations. And when I was doing some testing on it, and it was actually really hard to get them to do the fight back knife animation. I've seen a lot of people say, oh, where, you know, you have to be engaged with them. They have to be alerted. They have to be shooting you. I literally have clips of me getting shot in the face and just doing the same stealth knife animation. I'm like, what the crap? Is there a specific button press that you have to do to get this to work? And for some reason, I was messing around with it, doing testing, and when I would press the B button and then knife and try to press those two buttons not at the same time but similar to each other. Like be the the knife animation button, whatever you have a keybind to. For me, it's right thumbstick click down. So far, 3 times out of 4 times that I've actually tried it, it worked.
Sweet shot.
Now, the 3 times it worked, I was standing, and then I would quickly press it to crouch, and then as I'm going down to crouch, I would press the knife animation button, or knife takedown button, and it did the fight back knife animation. The 4th time that I tried, and it did not work, was I was crouching, and I was trying to stand up, and I pressed it. So they obviously have to be facing you for it to work, but I still haven't been able to determine, do they have to just turn around and see you but you're not detected yet, or do they have to detect you for that split second right before they fire a shot, because as soon as they fire a shot the entire base is going to be alerted. But do they have to detect you, or are they detecting you and then you do it? So there are still a few more testing I need to do with that, but for some reason pressing B and then the knife takedown button has actually, it's leading me somewhere, I would say. It's actually making some type of progress. Now to the very last thing that I really want to show you in this video. There are a few other tiny things that I wanted to show you, but I kind of forgot about them, so I may go ahead and throw those in another video in the future. But I just want to prove to you, it's the sync shot drones and your AI teammates sync shot drone taking out these bad boys right here. These. Right? I have done this so many times, trying to take these guys on using EMP grenades and those distraction grenades, and it works. And I've been pretty good at being able to take them out stealthily using those 2 gadgets and that technique that I've developed over time with experience. But getting the throw just right can sometimes be hard, because if they are too high off the ground, then even if they're directly above the blast radius, the distractions radius, or the EMP radius, if they're too high above it, and you just wasted a gadget and you have to throw another one and another one until you get it right. So with sync shot drones and your AI teammate sync shots, you can eliminate these without wasting any of those other important gadgets. Now, sync shot drone gadgets are important if you do plan to use them. I will more than likely use them a lot more in the future than I used to, just because of the fact that I've played this game for months without touching those gadgets, and I'm like, you know what, I feel like I deserve to use these gadgets. But they're in the game. If you want to use them, I don't see why not. Me myself, I've proven that I've been able to eliminate every base on this game completely stealth with not touching those gadgets. So I feel like I'm allowed to use them now. But that's just my own little personal thought process. Sync shot drone, marking it. This is actually my first time using the sync shot drone to try to take one of these out. I have seen my AI teammates take them out though in their sync shot. So I guess we're about to test things together. Mark that one. Mark that one. And mark that one. There's 4 of them. All 4 are marked. They are marked. Since it's a sync shot drone and AI teammates, they do use 2 different buttons. So the easiest way to get them to... Oh, my sync shot drone came back, which means that those drones got a little bit too far away from me. So what I need to do is figure out which one it was. Wasn't that one. It was that one. Now since they're all marked, just shoot once. Look at that, they all go down. It's like fireworks. They all go down beautifully. They all go down. But it works perfectly. I don't see how But it does. For everyone who has always asked me how to eliminate those drones with complete stealth, I've always said use EMPs, because that was the only way I knew. Because if you try to shoot those things down with your gun, you might hit it with 1, maybe 3 bullets, but it's always going to quickly start to evade you. And then, you know what, the entire base is alerted. But the one thing I have not tested was the AI sync shot on the ground drones. I have tried a sync shot drone on the ground war drones, and it did nothing. It shot it, it damaged it, you know, pretty good, but it did not eliminate it. I highly doubt that the teammates will sync shot destroy the ground drones. By the way, before I even get to those ground drones, I don't actually have footage of this. I probably could get it, but it would probably just add a bit more time to this video, and I know for a fact this video is probably pretty long already. I probably show video footage of it to prove it in a later video, but if you try to get your AI teammates to do a sync shot on a heavy, they will not take them down. So far, the couple of times where I was testing it, they didn't even take the helmet off. All they did was shoot them, and the heavy reacted and alerted the entire base. I highly recommend you not to use your AI teammates sync shot on a heavy. But that's another thing. The sync shot drone will take the heavy out. So I will recommend do not use your teammates sync shot to take on a heavy. Either kill the heavy yourself or use your sync shot drone. But since I already know the outcome, and I pretty much said the outcome of what the sync shot drone would do to one of these drones, which is absolutely nothing. Well, it does damage it. It does take off some of its armor, but it doesn't destroy it. I have yet to test out your AI teammate's sync shot on a ground drone. So, if it doesn't do anything to these drones, then these are the only drones that will cause you any issues in this game. But let's go ahead and give it a shot, just in case it does somehow destroy them, which I highly doubt. I'm going to go ahead and get both of them marked. Like I said, I do not think that they're going to eliminate these drones. If the sync shot drone would not destroy it, and it can take down a heavy when they cannot, then I highly doubt that their sync shot will take it down when the drone sync shot will not. But here we go.
Okay, Ghostly. Clear.
Nope. All they do is shoot it, and it pisses them off.
Put your silencer on. You cut your weapons noise.
That's all it did. That's all it did was piss them off. But I can, just to show you. Oh, I need to lay down. I will send my sync shot drone after that drone and tell you. Sync shot drone. It did nothing. Like I said, it does a lot more damage than what your teammates do, but it still did not destroy it. So there you go. Let's see how they do in a fight against these drones. They actually didn't do too bad against these drones. Obviously, I'm pretty sure I took out one of them myself without their help, but I do think that this one that I took out was actually shot by my sync shot drone, which, like I said, does more damage than your AI's sync shot. So it was already slightly damaged when I started attacking it, but what the crap? Oh, I think these are the guys we killed. I think that is everything that you need to know about this game with this new update that released July 15th, which is when I'm recording this, 2020. And for anyone who is wondering, no, your AI teammates are not in cinematics when you play through the story mode. I tested that. I could show you footage, but I did not record it, but I did go through and test it with a new account. I started off from the beginning. Whenever you start a brand new game, you are not able to enable your teammates until you complete the very first mission, which is to get to Erewhon for the very first time. Once you get to Erewhon and you complete that very first mission, that is when you can enable your AI teammates. And then after that, every cinematic you come across, you'll release all the first couple of missions that I came across. I think I went all the way up to saving J-Scale and bringing him back to Erewhon. Every cinematic that I saw did not have your AI teammates. And of course, it still does where some of your gear is removed for the cinematic, your headgear. I don't know why they still haven't left your headgear and stuff on your character when you go into a cinematic. Maybe it's something that they will add in the future. AI teammates are not in cinematic scenes, and your headgear and some other gear are still removed like it was before this update, so that did not change. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. I know this video was probably long, but honestly I feel like this video turned out pretty well. I haven't edited it. I have not edited the video yet, so I'm still in the recording phase, but I feel like everything I've shown was really useful. I hope you found some of these tips really useful. I hope I'm pretty positive some of the things I've showed in this video, most of y'all probably did not know. Some of it I didn't even know, like the slingshot drones taking out flying drones. But that's because I never used them. I never used the slingshot drones until now. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Click that like button if you did enjoy. Click that like button if you found out some new information. Click that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you enjoy great stealth gameplay, because that is what I do. I do amazing stealth on Ghost Experience, which I'm not sure if I actually showed it in this video, but I am on Ghost Experience parameters, extreme settings, elite tactical difficulty, and the interface is custom because I have everything turned off except for a few things that will help me be able to you know, communicate with my AI teammates, because they are AI. Sometimes they disappear, sometimes they go into rooms that they shouldn't go into. I need to keep my eye on them. But also with the sync shot, honestly, I have no idea if they would have the sync shot ready or not. So I do have that on. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. And you will see me in the next video.